Welcome to the channel. This is GREDDY and welcome to the Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup. It is the final two rounds. That's right, I'm going to wrap up both final races here in this one concise and exciting video for all your viewing pleasure. So stick around, check it out. Let's waste no time and let's get on to qualifying here in race one, which is at Suzuka. And we are in the Group 3 cars here. I am in, again, the Corvette Group 3 car. Coming through Cassio's triangle here at the very end of Suzuka, at the end of my first hot lap, my first hot qualifying lap. Gonna cross the line, kind of see where I stack up. I was actually out of the pits first, so I went ahead and sent it, and I run an okay 202.7, 104. I thought was pretty good. But apparently it dropped me down to 7, so it wasn't that great. And then I was 0.297 bad in the first sector. Then I was green coming through the last sector. I'm like, my goodness, this could be a really good lap if I hit Cassio's triangle right. So on this hot lap, I'm hoping to do something a little bit better, maybe move up from 7th after setting what I thought was a pretty nice 202 there. And I crossed the line with a 202.482, which puts me into 6th. So didn't move up a whole lot. Man, that first sector kind of killed me. So I really want to push hard here on my third shot at the hot lap, and I just push a little hard, come out the corner, and I get in the grass, and I'm like, so much for qualifying. So I end up parking it in the sand over here and then exit out so I don't get in anyone's way during their qualifying lap. And what is that low 202 worth? Well, it's worth a Q10 here at the start of the race, but hey, at least I did not start in the middle of Cassio's triangle. I have to worry about all that nonsense. So, start of the race, I was a little timid here. Cold, hard tires. I think I'm giving the cold tires I'm just being too cautious on them. I think at the beginning of the races, I seem to lose a lot of ground at the beginning of the race and start to catch back up near the back half of the race. So, I don't know, maybe I'm actually saving a little bit of tire and just working out for me the back half of the race, but whatever it is, I'm getting a slow start to all these races. So anyway, on late into lap 1 here, I've got the Beetle all over my rear end in 130 yard. Now, if you look here in the rearview mirror, you will see a savage lunge by the Nissan driver there. Redline Racer sending it. Let's see what happened there. So as we come into Cassio's triangle, Redline just sends it inside, gets him to the side of there, causes the bug to get onto the AstroTurf, spins him out. And, that's going to put them pretty far back. So they get back on here, and the bug's going by on the left. Oh, and then he just gets dirty on him. Sends him off the track. So, that wasn't too clean. Anyway, so on to a lap number 2. Late in lap number 2, you see the gentleman in front of me there has that penalty, a half-seconder. So I was trying to get up close to him so I could take advantage of that here in the penalty zone. It's right in the middle of the straight. Absolutely brutal spot for a penalty. I'm really reeling him in here. I'm hoping I can get in front of him before 130R, but no such luck. So I back out of the move, make a smart life choice, and pull out of that one. And then hope to live to fight another day. And if you did not see it off the right, METEOR goes off track. So again, what happened there? Well, as he tried to go into the 130R, he looked like he had the gap, tried to move over and got into the bumper there of the Myth driver. And then the Myth driver sends it down the inside, and Cassio's triangle just doesn't even come close to making the apex, forcing METEOR into the turf there. And then, you try and accelerate on the AstroTurf, and well, that's just not possible. So now, a little later, we rip CRG 88X as he goes off in turn 1. And what happened there? Well, as he's going by Myth because of what happened earlier, he's going to drive around the outside in turn 1. Myth's like, nah, I don't think so. I'm going to give you a little what for the quarter panel. Send you off track there, CRG. What were you thinking? My goodness. So on to lap number 3, and look, I'm starting to catch up to the folks in front of me. Behind me, I've got a Super catching up to me on lap 4, but P7 in front with the half-second penalty. I'm licking my chops, but so is the Super. He's playing peekaboo with me in my rearview mirror. I'm going to ignore him, though. I'm going to put it on the apex here and make him find a way around the big Corvette. As we move through the S's here, and I got to tell you what, it's not easy to find a way around much of anything in those S's. So fast forward a little bit later in the lap, I get a really nice hairpin on the brakes, nice and late, but just make the apex perfect. Get on the gas. Now I'm well within the slipstream of P7. heading towards Spoon here at Suzuka on the final lap. Take Spoon. Okay, I just need to be within really about a second of him coming out of Spoon. Be able to take advantage of that half-second penalty as it bleeds off. It's going to be more than a full second. But all is said and done. Heading towards the penalty zone. This is why you don't want penalties, folks, of any size. And I zip right on by D Vega there as she serves his timeout. And then I go through 130R, and I'm like, all right, no problem. I got P7 all nice and wrapped up right here. Get on the brakes just before the 100 boards. Slam it down in Cassio's triangle. Now, if you notice there, the Merc's about 0.5 seconds behind me. But then in front of me, this distracts me a little bit. Rip Riccatelli. As I'm coming around, I'm just easing on the throttle, just minding my own business. And all of a sudden, I see the Mercedes charging up on me. He almost passes me in the final right-hander. But I pull out a P6 after starting P10. Good for, I believe it was 233 points. Yes, there it is. So on to race number 2. Let's not waste any time and get right into qualifying as I'm moving up the ranks at Corvette. I believe I was ranked second in North America at this point, or the Americas. I think it might be the Americas. Anyway, so I'm looking to try and capitalize here at Laguna. Corvette not too hot at Laguna. As you can see, I go a little wide there. I think I'm a little less hot than even the Corvette as all three of us decide to go play in the sand together here at Laguna Seca. So try to beat that 130.830. That's not going to work. I'm at a 150.775. So we got to make another go at it, because right now I'm sitting in P16 and I know I can run a 129. So I know these other guys can too. 130.8 just isn't going to hold up well. So I need to have a nice smooth entry here in corner number 2. It looked pretty decent. Could have got on the gas a little bit earlier there. And in corner number 4, again, want to be a little tighter to that sausage so I can get on the gas early. I didn't even push out to the curbs right there. So that wasn't even that great of an exit here in this next corner. Again, you want to get right up on the sausage, right next to it. A little wide, a little late on the gas. Could have pushed out a few more inches to the right there. I mean, when you're up here in the lobby with these folks, all the track matters. You got to use it all. Again, I could have even pushed out onto the turf there if I really wanted to put in a fast lap time. If I want to get down in those low 129s, need to brake here, get into second to make the corner, pump it back in the third. I really need to be full throttle going over the into the corkscrew there, but it was about 3/4 throttle. But I'm still up by 0.363 seconds heading down into the last few corners here on my hot lap at Laguna Seca. Trying to move up as I'm sitting in P17 right now. I'm like, that is not good in this lobby. Come down the final straight. I'm feeling good about the lap. I'm like, I might move up a little bit here. Now I'm in P18. I'm dead last. Crossed the line with the 130.239. That's good for second to last. So starting near the back of the grid. The good thing about that, folks, there's nowhere to go but up. And that's the attitude you got to have. So the goal of my race here at this point was to relax, have a good time, try and have a clean, solid race, stay on the track, and just put in the good lap times and see where I ended up. So we come around through corner 1 fine as we started way in the back. And again, I'm getting that slow start to my race. Don't know what the dealio is with me there. It could have been the fact I had to navigate a corner at the start of the race and the Dodge in front of me did not. But that said, still, slow start. So I've got to catch back up to P16 here, and I do on lap number 2 finally get back into the slipstream, which is 0.75 seconds. Head up the hill towards a fast left-hander. Just tap the brake there at about the 2 bore. Get down as close to the sausage as I can, but the Dodge in front of me eats the sausage, and I get a GREDDY pass. So first GREDDY pass of the race. I'm liking it. Get down in second gear here into the corkscrew. Take advantage of that. I've now moved up to P16. And now the Ferrari looking like he wants a little bit of GREDDY there. And so I'm going to let him just hang it out there around the outside. As soon as I can see I can throw in the throttle, I do. Get right back in front of that Ferrari. Now, the Ferrari's quick through the corners, but he seemed to struggle in the acceleration zone. So I'm able to extend my gap back out on him, even though he was just right in my bumper a few moments ago. Just need to take a clean corkscrew here. As you can see, the group in front of me starting to bunch up a bit. Now, that is a good sign for old GREDDY. As that group bunches up, there's a chance for people to get a little aggravated, maybe send it on one another. Maybe a little door rubbing's going to go on, give me the opportunity to take advantage of another racer's mistakes. And, well, we all know that's how GREDDY makes all of his passes, is other people's mistakes. Getting on the brakes there right before the 3-board, and there's a mistake. McLaren going wide. I'm going to try and send it down the inside of the Genesis, but just not there. So, again, make the smart life choice and know when to pull out, back out of that move. Let the Genesis back out front. Again, going to live to fight another day. Still early in the race, and I'm still within the slipstream. You can see it right there, well within that 0.75 seconds, and that's where I need to be. Now, then the RCZ goes wide there. Now, I'm going to pass him down the inside, heading towards the corkscrew. A little worried he might be aggravated by that and try and send it on me, but I've got a pretty good gap on him. So I send it down the corkscrew. And the Ferrari follows me through. Good attempt there by the Ferrari. Not very clean by him, though, but it was a good attempt there. Now, you want to talk about racing off the back foot, folks. This is what I talk about when we talk about racing off the back foot. The RCZ gets bumped by the Aston Martin going into turn 2. Goes wide, gets his tires dirty, right? So now he's got to go through the next corner here with a little bit dirtier tires. You can see he's tapping the brakes, trying to find the grip. And then the Corvette gets on the inside. Now, the Corvette's going to have the run on here. Now, he should be backing out about now to get behind that Corvette, but he doesn't. Tries to go around the outside in that fast left-hander, and then ends up losing 3, 4, 5, and now 6 more positions, all because his tires were dirty on that one corner. That is the definition of racing off the back foot right there. So sometimes you just got to know when to back it out, save a little space, get back in line, let them tires clean up, race to fight another day. Always important to be thinking when you're racing. Not, don't just be like, I can't give up this position. Think, okay, my tires are dirty. I need to get back in line to keep from losing more positions and end up on my back foot like that. So coming around the final corner here on lap number 4, I've got a good a good run on the Genesis, but I ended up giving a little bump. I was trying to go to the outside and see if he wouldn't think that he was safe and move to the outside, that I could move back to the inside, but unfortunately could not do that. But then he decides to drive under the other Genesis driver, and I was going to follow him through. Got into his door. I backed out of that move a little bit there at the end because we were banging doors coming through the corner, and I didn't want to make that move by knocking him out wide. I wanted to make it a clean pass, so I backed out of that move. It's good driving there by both Genesis drivers. There was nothing nasty going on right there. It was just he didn't really see me coming down the inside like that as he's turning in on the left, and we just got into each other a little bit. Nothing major. And then another car goes wide, the Aston Martin that you saw earlier with the RCZ. So I'm going to easily drive on by that Aston. He is struggling for speed coming up the hill. Tap the brakes, get down on the left-hander, and we're coming out looking great in P14. Hoping to maybe get some more passes on this really tight group in front of me as we head into the corkscrew. I see smoke. I now see cars flying around. And as I come down the hill, there's 2 off track. So GREDDY pass number 2 and GREDDY pass number 3. And thank goodness that one car coasted. Let's see that again. The Genesis hits the McLaren, knocks the Corvette off. And then the Genesis hits the McLaren again as you get that Constantine effect. I think that's what it's called. As the car behind him hit him, caused the McLaren to go off. Now he spins out and was aimed right as I was going down the corkscrew. And then the Genesis goes wide coming out of the penultimate turn. So I'm going to try and get drive on him coming out of this corner because I know my tires are clean and his are dirty. And I do get just enough drive, and I'm making up ground on him. And I'm thinking he's going to move to the inside, but he doesn't move the inside. He gives me the inside line. So, heck, if you're going to give it to me, I am going to take it. Got to get it on the brakes just right. And I do just before the 3-board. Hold the tight line around corner 1. Come out the other side, smelling like roses. Now up to P11 with 2 laps to go. Got the Genesis driver on the back bumper, but I've got my eyes down to Sir Shred as we head in to the back half of lap 6. Sir Shred goes wide up ahead, gets sideways, spins it out, rip Sir Shred, and GREDDY pass number 4. I'm now up into P10, but the race is not over. We are on lap 6. As you can see, as we're coming down the corkscrew, the Ferrari sends it on the Genesis driver. Genesis driver does an amazing job to hold it together there. As we come down through the corkscrew, he peeks down the inside, but I cut him off there at the apex, and then I head back over to the left, set up my corners. I dive down on the right-hander, holding him off as he is looking for a way past old GREDDY in the Corvette, but he is not going to find a way around. Heading towards the last lap, I got to hold him off for one more. Here we are, final lap of the final race of this test season, round 4 at Laguna Seca. I got to hold off this Genesis, so we got to do like we do at Deep Forest. Keep calm, stay on the apexes, stay on the racing line, and defend when absolutely necessary. And then right here, example of that, I stay narrow a little bit, just to make sure he's going wide so I can try and get over here to get a better angle on the exit. He has a little better exit than I do in that Genesis, but gets onto my rear bumper because he's got nowhere else to go. So get on the brakes, just a hair late here, and he has a better exit, but once again, got nowhere to go but the back end of the Corvette. Now I've got to have an excellent exit here as he is backing off to set up a run on me. I get a pretty decent run out of this corner, good enough, even though I kind of misshifted a little bit right there. I still got back onto the gas early enough to hold him off. And then into fourth, coming around this fast left-hander, we both have a pretty decent exit. He goes just a little bit wide, so not quite able to get the drive he needs. We head up towards the corkscrew. Always a chance someone can send it on the corkscrew, but I put it on both apexes pretty well. Again, not really giving him anywhere to go there. And now I'll put it down the inside. Let him look around the outside. He'll try the cut back here, but that's fine because that'll put him on the outside into the penultimate corner. I let him to go out there, head down, hit the apex, get on the gas early to drive it out of the corner and leave him minimal room, but have a good exit towards the final corner. Move towards the middle of the track to block the dive bomb from the outside in. Come out the corner looking good, heading down the straight. He's not going to be able to pass the Corvette on the straight. And we take P10 in the final race. Move up 7 spots. Outstanding race. Enjoyed the heck out of this one, even though the results weren't superb. The racing was fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed all the action. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like and/or subscribe. Come back, check out some more of the videos. For myself, Go GREDDY. Y'all have a great evening. DJ Clean, take us out of here.